right, Selway, Ryan. Hey, I'm sorry that we missed you in class today. Hope you're doing all right. So just a couple things to make sure that you're on the same page with us. So we went over the Chapter 3 vocab today. You can feel free to take a look at that. All of the definitions are in the textbook, so feel free to look there. Also, you have the Quizlet set that's linked down here, so feel free to take a look at that and, work on that. All right, so you didn't take the quiz, so don't worry about the reflection form. But what we did do today was this next Clawis on second declension. So we're going to go through that, but before we do that, there are some games. There's basically a PowerPoint here that might help you to do some review, and then there's some Kia practice games. And excuse me, this is the suggested homework for the evening. So you can feel free to try what you're up to. Sorry this is going to be getting to you a bit late. I got really busy after school. So take a look at this stuff and let me know what's going on. Click here for your notes and we'll go ahead and just run through. So have your notes open. And we'll basically just give you the general gist of everything. So it's nothing too bad, nothing too scary. So, and it's something we're going to be working on. So you'll see this again tomorrow if you're in. If you're not, hey, I'll send you another video. So second declension, we've already talked about first declension, and second declension is mainly made up of masculine and neuter nouns. The masculine nouns are known as us, er, or ir nouns, and the neuters are nouns. We're not going to talk about neuter for a while, so don't worry, just masculine for today. Alright, so basically here are your endings. It's us, e, o, e, orm, is, os, e. And basically the exact same way that first declension took the first principal part and the second principal part, and with that second principal part drops off that genitive ending, and that's where you get your stem. Your stem is a mic, and you can see it follows all the way through as we go. So feel free to pause this, and basically what I had the kids do is next they tried Filius on their own based on this. So these are endings that you need to memorize, so start working on those. There are similarities with this and first declension, and we'll go over those here in a minute. So feel free to pause and try Filius. Okay, so Filius. So hopefully you gave it a good whirl and you got just about everything filled in. One big thing to note is that there is, there is a silly irregular in Filius, and this is the only one that's weird. You won't be using this form very much, so don't worry about it too much. It's just that instead of that E attaching that E that's right over here, you're just actually eliminating the ending altogether. So it's just the stem. So you can see that that stem, Fili, follows all the way through, and it's just the vocative. So next on board here, I wanted to show you an ER-IR, which is like puer. Notice the endings are still the same. The only thing that's different is that vocative is going to be an ER-IR. There's not that crazy E like before. So take a look at this one, and I believe ager, agree is the next word. So pause this and give it a try. Okay, so hopefully you're taking a look now, and you can see that you hopefully got them right. The big caveat with this one, and the reason we chose this one, is that notice we go from ager to agree. So you had to look at that second principal part to get your stem, which is AGRs, because notice that there's no E until you get to that vocative again, and then the E disappears again. So hopefully you can see here that that genitive singular is probably the biggest piece that you need to remember from this second declension. The principal parts that are given to you are always nominative and genitive singular. So make sure that when you're learning the vocab word that you also learn the principal parts. If you ever ask me for principal parts, I will happily give them to you as well. Alright, so here's another one, weary. Feel free to rewind and pause and go back. This is just the IR. It's not that big of a deal if you get this one filled in. It's just kind of there for you. So, alright. And this is where I really wanted us to get to. So basically this is your first declension and your second declension side by side. Notice that your genitive singular endings are different. The reason that the genitive singular endings are different is so you can tell what declension it belongs to. So a word like puella, puellai, clearly does not decline like servus, servi, or filius, filii. All right. Notice that the dative and ablative are the same in masculine, so that'll hopefully help you remember those. And then as you get down to the bottom, genitive plural, aurum changes to aurum. Dative is the same, and now instead of an os, you have an os. And then is again is the same. And then notice that that nominative and vocative plural are the same. Now this column right here, this is just the ER-IR. It is the exact same as this usi o So when you see it on the chart tomorrow, you'll just see an us instead of the ER-IR, but they're all part of that second declension masculine. All right, we did sing the song today. It goes to the same tune, the Frere Jacques tune, and you skip the vocative, so it'll go something like us o e orum is os is os is. That's the second declension. These ones are masculine. Sing with me. Sing with me. So feel free to add that to your first declension and sing the whole thing together a couple times to yourself. Again, you're working on memorizing these guys, and hopefully memorizing these will help you memorize those. Alright, so that's basically what you missed today. Feel free to, give some of the homework a try, and we'll basically catch up and see where you're at when you're back with us. Alright, hope you're feeling better, and walete.